In today's video, we're going to be looking at 3 things that you can do to get started as a writer. So you've decided that you want to get involved in writing or you want to become a writer, and you're looking at how to get started. Generally speaking, the first thing isn't just jump in and write a book. I mean, that is what I did. I wrote a book when I was 17 because I wanted to write a book. It's really hard and not that beneficial in the long term for you and your development. Instead, there are different things you can do. 3 of them. And the first thing is write short pieces. So if you want to write novels in the long term, write a bunch of short stories. For lack of a better way to describe it, short stories are just very, very small novels. They follow a very similar structure and they kind of need everything that a novel needs. It's just smaller. So go and write a bunch of short stories. You don't necessarily have to do anything with them. You don't have to send them anywhere or send them to friends or family or submit them to places or enter competitions or anything like that. You don't need to do that. You can if you want. And it's good. Some places pay, some places don't. Some of them have very good prize money if you're entering a competition, but realistically, you're not going to win. Do it if you want, but don't feel you have to do that. Just write them. And try a bunch of different genres as well. I found quite a lot of benefit in writing romance stories, which really isn't the genre that I write in, but when I started out writing, the problems I were having was in the downtime. You know, I was fine writing the horrible stuff or the action or all of the tense stuff, but when nothing was really happening, I would struggle to write that. And that's what romance is really good at, because while it may seem a bit harsh to say nothing really happens, in the scheme of things, you know, there's not massive action pieces or set pieces or things like that going on that you can rely on to compensate for your lack of ability. So write all different genres, write a bunch of them, and churn them out. It doesn't matter, you know, you can write a short story in an afternoon. They don't have to be long. Don't worry about editing them or anything like that until you've got a few and you've spent a bit of time away from them. So write a short story, stop, put it down, write another one, then write another one until you've got 3 or 4, and then go back and look at your first one. And then edit them, see what could be improved. It also helps because you're not that invested in it. So if it's rubbish and it isn't salvageable, you can just throw it away. It's not going to kill you to throw it away. Whereas if you spent 2 years writing a novel and it's not very good, that's quite harsh to just throw it away. Second point is to write outside of your discipline. So I am a novel writer. I write predominantly fiction. There is a lot of benefit in writing different things. Non-fiction, educational pieces, poetry. They are all using the same muscle, if you will, in that you're still writing. And the primary focus of any piece of writing, no matter what it is to make the reader feel something. Educational pieces will obviously have a different aim than a piece of poetry, but they are still making the reader feel or think something. So write some stuff. If you're writing novels, or you want to write novels, write some poetry. Go and investigate a topic that you think is interesting and write a piece about it. Again, as with the first one, is you don't necessarily have to submit these or send these anywhere or do anything with them. Just writing them is important because it's practicing different skills. You know, if you write a novel, you're only focusing on the novel writing skills, whereas if you try a bunch of different things that you wouldn't normally do, you end up practicing all of the skills that you need to write a really good book. The third and final point is to write a lot of stuff. Doesn't matter what it is. You may not know what you want to do or what your discipline wants to be. So write a bunch of stuff. Just keep writing and writing and writing until you're sick of writing. And then keep going. Again, I keep saying, don't worry about showing it to anyone. Don't think you have to show this to friends or family or submit it to journals or websites or anything like that. Not at this stage. You know, if you're just starting out and you're still trying to figure out what you want to be, just write a bunch of stuff. See what you like. See what you're good at. See where you need to improve and then work on it. So those are my 3 points on how to get started. If you have any yourself, I'd love to hear them in the comments. Or if you disagree with me, I probably don't want to hear that in the comments, but try it anyway. And again, as a bonus point, have fun. You know, that's why we do this. Have fun and enjoy yourself, because that's the most important thing in writing. And I will see you in the next video.